then on the 14th, we have BMT on the show. So definitely check out our Twitter at Wrestling with E for information on who will be interviewing, as we know when we are interviewing them. All right, time to stop putting the putting us over part of the show to the side. No, Kaliko.
I mean, if you look at these releases, we might be more over than most.
Yeah, and it is a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And it's not a great day for WWE alumni at this point. Um, Last night during SmackDown, multiple WWE slash NXT wrestlers were released. Um, Most notably, Braun Strowman, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, Jakara Jackson, Eddie Thorpe, and Riley Osborne. We talked a little bit before we came on air, but what names really stick out to you on that list?
Uh, Gigi, because we just saw Gigi.
Right.
We just saw them get a win. No, they took an L, but I can't remember.
I mean, her and Tatum Paxley, I mean, yeah, they've been taking L's, but low key, they were a really good tag team. And I mean, that NXT match against Liv Morgan and Raquel, I mean, that was a really good match. You know, they're obviously, not necessarily your postal girl looking. They had a unique look, and they were a proper tag team, I'd say. So
Yeah,
I feel like they cut them before they really hit their stride or had their potential. But I think the thing that really held Gigi back, and always held Gigi back, was she was never a good promo.
true. That and since what? Um, it's weird because it's like you would have thought when what Toxic Attraction broke up, you would have thought Gigi would have got ahead of JC, but JC can talk.
Right.
Say what you will, JC will talk you into hating her, which I mean, and Gigi just been mute. And that's the weird part because when the whole betrayal happened, you would have thought she would have been able to get off on, promo wise. But I guess it just didn't happen that way. I mean, we saw her last WWE match. How about that? So that coming.
Weirdly enough,
Her
it was
last
in.
WWE, her last WWE match in TNA. Go figure.
I was
But
gonna say, weirdly enough, in TNA. Oh, another one is Jakara Jackson. I mean, Jakara, low key, just when I was starting to kind of believe in, the metaphor girls, they cut Jakara. And I'm just like, why? She was really good with Last Legend. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird. And they were just on TNA. Jesus, it's like, what is it like? Was that like a foreshadow or some shit? Like, what
This is where you're going to be employed soon.
probably not because it's. I mean, Alicia Fox back. She does need some homegirls, so
I
but
mean,
we'll get to that later. But
well, I mean, Gigi already has an in. I mean, her boyfriend is working for TNA, so it would make sense that she would
who's her
be.
boyfriend? Oh yeah, Nash Carter.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, they were tough. They've been damn. They're still together.
I mean, the last time I checked, but I could be wrong about that.
No,
Um,
I'm just saying that's a long time. That's like 4 years,
was it for? I mean, it's been at least.
5 years.
Well, um,
I saw them together at 38, so that's why I said it's been tough.
38,
They've been
39,
kicking tough for a minute. So
40, 41, 42. Yeah, 4 years. Um, is it interesting? I mean, Cora Jade. I mean, she kind of fell to the wayside these last couple of months. I don't know why. Um,
ever since Roxanne dumped her, it's been to the wayside because Julia took Cora's place. Oddly enough.
yeah, that makes sense. What's
Huh. Hmm.
and we'll get to Julia and Roxanne in a moment. Um, but I kind of feel like this is some foreshadowing, considering like 80% of this list is women. Kind of,
But that just told. But that's a deep. The bakery's deep, and if you ain't putting yourself away, if you're not putting your bread, if you're not making your bread different from others, you shall be expired.
um, yeah. I mean, I think you put it the best, the best way. I mean, honestly, Cora, you know, she was more of a pet shop rather than a bakery. And obviously, it's NXT's the bakery. Um,
But if you're in NXT and you're in the bakery, it stand out. Half those people probably go to the main roster, but you still need to stand out.
and
I,
considering that,
like
yeah, continue.
I just see like prime example. I mean, the baseline in NXT to be popping is Thea Hale. If you're not there, you're in trouble.
What do you mean? I mean, Dia's really popular.
Popular. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. That's the baseline. That's minimum.
Okay, so you're saying you at least have to be really popular with the fans.
Popular with the fans, a good talker, or one hell of a hand in the ring. One of those three, or a combination of all.
In your in your opinion, who has that in NXT right now? That's obviously not the main, the main ones. Stephanie, Julia, um,
Stephanie, Julia, Jordan, um, Jada has potential. They put her in that 4 way that tells you they think a lot of her because she can talk.
true.
That's my point. Her wrestling is not up to par yet, and you could tell in the Fatal 4 way, but she could talk herself in the building, and that's enough. Um, Kalani is athletic, needs to work on her character work, but she's really really good. Um,
I mean, we just mentioned JC. Obviously, JC has a mount on her.
Jay-Z has a good heel piece on her, and she can make you hate her. That's why you never seen her as a face. Um,
Would you put
trying
that?
to think who
Would you put Headley in there as well? Fallon?
they had her beat Kalani, but her reign wasn't really something to talk home about. So she might be on thin ice.
I mean, the one that's with them, Nyx. I mean, I don't. Out of the three of them, I don't see a lot.
Jasmine Nix,
Yeah.
it, to be determined. I think JC's the umbrella over them in a sense.
I get that. Yeah.
Uh, Lash Legend, I mean, she's just That's just one big girl. And not big wide. She's just like, man. And I was like, damn, you look like you played in the NBA or the WNBA. I could tell a basketball body if I see ever seen one.
I'm sorry, but I don't see Lash as as a singles wrestler. She worked well with Jakara, and that I feel like that was her place. I don't see
She
where she's gonna be able to stand on her feet as a singles competitor.
well, she ain't got no choice now. Shit. Bitch better slim.
We're getting back to the releases. One, I don't think that this shocked anybody, but Shayna Baszler. Um, I don't feel like that was.
Shot me.
I don't feel like that was a firing, more of a mutual separation, if that makes sense.
Uh, I don't know. Because, I mean, considering that she was there while Ronda Rousey was talking shit about WWE, tells you, a lot about how she was above the politics, considering that's like her best friend.
Right.
Um, I, she's an interesting case because NXT Shayna Baszler was damn near unstoppable.
Not to mention that she was out of the four horsewomen, she was the one that got pro wrestling the most. Out of Ronda, um, Marina, Jessamine. I mean, I don't. Marina's still in pro wrestling, and I don't think that she gets it. Um,
I mean, you could easily replace Marina with Shayna, and Moxley's little clique would be more feasible, would be more credible.
yeah, I would agree with that. But maybe Mox is feuding with Joe right now. Maybe she sides with Joe, and we get a little horsewoman on horsewoman action.
Maybe, but I could see her working the indies. But that one is head scratching because, I mean, she should have been a dominant MFer.
You know, they gave her a lot, but in the same breath, they didn't give her a lot. She was never a world champion on WWE TV. She had the main. Well, I don't want to say the main event, but she had the WrestleMania match against Becky, but they didn't give her, the nod. So I would say that she had a successful career, and maybe this isn't the last we've seen of Shayna Baszler in WWE. If there out of everybody that got fired or released, I would say that she maybe has the most likelihood of maybe making a return. Agree? Disagree?
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's just a matter of Shayna's gonna have to go. If she's gonna do that, it's gonna have to be like the Cody route. But
Um, Kaden and Katana. Um, unfortunately, they never brought anything to the table. Kaden was just a Timu version of Athena, and Katana was just way too small. And I mean, she could have been like a Rey Mysterio, but if I'm being honest, I don't even remember her having a singles match in the last 5 years. And I'm being generous with 5 years.
Yeah, because she was hurt. Then they had the, and then they came back as a tag team and just been a tag team ever since. I mean, she's probably had singles matches in the sense of like building tag team title matches, but yeah, everybody just knew her as American Ninja Girl.
Well, at least she has something to fall back on.
I mean, they can make the run in the Indies as a tag team. So, I mean, my issue was is that they got rid of those, they merged those tag titles, and even when you merge the tag titles, you still don't have enough tag teams because you're putting single people together and
Right.
hoping it works out, i.e., Liv Morgan, fucking Raquel Rodriguez.
I mean, you're being
Or-
generous with that one, but I mean, Lara Valkyria and Bailey, if we're being completely honest. Um,
I mean, who is it? The previous champs before them, before who the fuck they
uh,
beat them from?
Bianca and Naomi.
Bianchi and Naomi. See,
But I mean, if they would
and
have,
that's what,
I mean, if they
and
would have still
it,
held on to Gigi and Pax, well, I mean, Paxley's still there. Um, Pac, Dolan and Paxley, Jakar and Lash, Katana and um, Kaden. I mean, that's three tag teams right there. I mean, you could have, I mean, it's not a basis for a solid tag team division, but
I
I
mean,
mean, at least there's bones there. You know what I mean?
true, but they got rid of Isla Dawn and Isla Dawn because Dawn and Fry was a tag team.
And honestly, I think I prefer Dawn. I mean, not Dawn. Alba with Piper. I mean, it's done wonders for her career in like literally like 3 weeks. I'm not
So I
going.
mean,
Uh, I'll die in this hill. She was holding her back.
how dare you? Isla Dawn is fatty though.
I mean, it's true. I mean, fucking Dakota Kai, man. Um,
Her
um,
body betrayed her. Her body,
you would have
I
thought
mean,
you
she
would.
was just too skinny. I think she just needed to muscle up, to take those hits because it was just like her ACLs were just, it just gave out. It's weird. And considering that most of her offense was kicks anyway, didn't really help. But,
True.
but
You would have thought
sweet
being
girl.
you don't would have thought being in one of the bigger factions in WWE, Damage Control, it would have given her some grace, but nope.
I knew it was an occurrence for her when EO won the title.
I well, I mean, she could be champion and still be part of Damage Control. What?
Well, my point, me personally, I thought the play was going to be EO getting betrayed by Dakota or EO betraying Dakota.
Right. Clearly, there's an alternative route they've went since then.
Oh yeah, EO solo. That's what they did.
Yeah, I'm assuming
EO
with
solo.
I'm assuming Asuka is going to team with um what is her name? Kairi Sane when they come back.
I mean
Um
the Kabukis.
yeah, but I pretty much Damage Control is dead right now. Is dead, right?
I mean, there was never a damage control.
What do you mean?
When Bailey left, it was just remnants of it.
I mean true, but low key they kinda they were
Nah.
surviving. They had their head above water for a short amount of time.
And like I said, the problem with that group was, like I said, Bailey to Damage Control was what JC Jane is to her group. The mouthpiece that could talk for everybody
True.
and give cover for everybody. And when that person leaves and you have four in the group, not really adept at English, and the fourth person who knows English, but we haven't seen her mic skills really just pop off.
Right.
It was dead in the water. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. You got a point there. Um. Braun Strowman. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm crying over this one. I've never been a fan of Braun Strowman.
I
When
don't know why they brought him back.
yeah, like when 90% of your rivalries are this guy pissed me off, so I'm going to chase him for 15 weeks. There's nothing you could really do. That there's it, I mean, there's more things that you could have done, but they didn't do them. I mean, he's been dead in the water since Ricochet left, if I'm being honest.
But he's also not a talker.
But I mean, I think that this is a great opportunity for Tony Khan to reunite that tag team between Ricochet and Braun Strowman. I mean, it was literally
No.
the most over both guys were at that at
Oh yeah, we need another big guy, little guy tag team in TNA. Just
AEW.
dandy. TNA, AEW, same thing. No, I'm just
It is most
sorry.
certainly not the same.
TNA has been on the brain a lot this week.
Yeah,
Excuse us, America.
I think that it would be a really great rehash, Ricochet and Braun Strowman, in my opinion. It could revitalize both of their careers in a matter of moments.
I mean, Ricochet is more relevant now than ever because everyone hates him.
I would even say it's what he's doing on AEW. It's just his Twitter game, honestly, or his lack thereof Twitter game.
That is true.
What about Eddie Dorp? I feel like, I mean, they
That's
gave.
an interesting one because they gave him a win over Trick at NXT.
I know, and that's what was making me scratch my head.
At
Or
a PLE NXT, and that was like, wow, wasted. They just wasted that.
I know it's if there was.
Something had to have happened. There had to be some politics shit because they don't do that, and then all of a sudden you just get released.
You think it was politics?
Something because they don't put you in a position like that, and then all of a sudden you're just gone.
You know, it must have been because, like you said, they don't just give you a win on their biggest superstar in NXT and then babyface, mind you, and then just throw you to the curve.
Right. It something happened. He must have got caught smuggling crack or something. I don't know. It's weird.
These are just speculation, rumor, and innuendo. We don't actually
Oh
know
gosh.
if there was
We are
crime
not saying.
involved.
I said he must have been. Jesus.
Um, do you think that there's as of right now, we're just talking about the Friday night releases. Um,
Friday Night Massacre, Black Friday.
Do you, usually there are more releases Saturday morning, and obviously we're recording right now. Maybe more has been released. Do you think more are going to be released?
Mm, I mean, um, I'm Legado del Fantasma. I'm looking. And if I'm any of them chicks on that goddamn, if I'm any woman below the Thea Hale line on NXT, I am shaking my boots. Um,
Who would you
that's
say
what I
is
would
behind
say.
the Thea Hale line right now?
Who is below it, behind it? Shit, I mean, Tatum's now there because shit, Tatum, Hallen is Carmen, Izzy,
Carmen, the girl with the sword?
the Carmen with the katana, yes. Uh, fuck, who else?
I feel like Jasmine Nix is in there, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, if that's the case, yeah, them two. But I mean,
But okay, I know this is a real controversial one. Nikita Lyons.
no,
She can't
she ain't not.
she can't
No,
talk, she can't wrestle, but she definitely has a connection to the fans with, if there was a poster child for the bakery, I would probably say it's her, right?
I mean, yeah, they don't call her Thicky the Dragon Steamboat for nothing.
Yeah. So definitely she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she ain't one.
But I mean
She's
that's
above the Thea Hale line. Just her ACL. See, I don't know what it is with women in NXT and their ACLs. It's just been like this goddamn running thing.
I mean that's just
Soul Ruka, fucking Cora Jade, goddamn
Dolan, even Charlotte.
yeah, like all these ACL tears. Oscar, like shit. Like what is with these ACL tears?
I hope that
And
they got a discount with, buy three get one at a discounted rate.
we need to find their training who their trainer is, because that's a fault of the trainer if they not building knees. Like what the fuck?
Well, obviously, a lot of people got, cut, and, these were people that they didn't necessarily see a lot in for right now, or just didn't have anything for them. Um, it does make me wonder. A new crop of, at least a new crop of women is coming in. Um, if you are aware,
I
or
mean,
you,
they got a lot of them with the NXT, the WWE, the WWEID.
and I
If
mean,
I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of people that are on that radar, such as what the Bailey girl,
Zeta Steel,
uh, yep. Uh, I know that they were looking
Zoe
at
Saber, I know was in. Um, Kaylee Ray as well.
Kaylee Ray. I know that they had a tryout with was Zara Zeiger, and then I know that they were looking at what's her name? Shit, what's her Jessica Rodden.
Jessica
They
Rodden.
got some. Yeah, she had a little tryout out in Vegas.
I'm sorry, but who is that?
She is a girl, wrestler who's been making some little waves on the indies under Knox Pro.
Oh, you're talking about J Rod.
Yeah, that's her name is Jessica Rodden, but they just call her J Rod.
Okay, just say J Rod.
Hey man, I'm texting J Rod. He's like, who? J Rod.
Sure, J Rod. Not to mention, for people that haven't seen, don't know, there's a show on A&E called Legends and Future Greats, and there's 8 women on that show, not all of them, are going to be ready when this show is, all said and done. But there's at least, and I'm being generous with this, four women that couldn't be on that NXT roster and really kill it right now. So, I mean, you're cutting some, but you already have people to replace them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And yeah, that's what that's what's happening right now. All right. I don't. I honestly, I don't even know how to set this up. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff has made a new wrestling company called American Freestyle Wrestling. It's the inaugural event will be in Ohio, and honestly, I just don't know what to think about this. Oh, honestly, I don't. I think that this is more on the amateur level than pro wrestling. But I just question why. Maybe you have a better answer to that question.
Uh, Trying to cash in on the alt-right wrestling fans? I don't know. Okay. So, oh, it's Olympic level wrestlers. Okay. So it might be something for to I mean, it could be freestyle wrestling.
I'm not exactly.
Maybe kind of like a platform for Olympic athletes. I don't know because it's not like they're the last thing you're thinking of when you think of Hulk Hogan is fucking Olympic freestyle wrestling. I mean, just it ain't like you sitting up here watching. I mean, yeah. If this had been Daniel Cormier, it might have had something, or Bill Davis, or
Or Kurt
John
Angle.
Jones, or hell, even yeah, Kurt Angle, people who actually like wrestled. And as a person that wrestled, I'm looking like, huh? I'm like Soldier Boy, huh?
Well, I mean, when you think about pro wrestling, obviously one of the first names that come up is Hulk Hogan. And if he's using his name to you know promote new wrestlers, and those new wrestlers might make it to pro wrestling one day or make that transition. I'm not exactly mad at that. I'm happy that he's giving these guys and girls a platform to kind of show their metal. But at the same time, this isn't exact. Hulk Hogan isn't exactly people's most favorite person right now. Whether it's his beer, his views, his political views, him just existing in general. um, he said that he doesn't want it to compete with WWE and UFC, but be on the same level as a WWE and UFC. I
Mm,
mean,
no, no.
it's wishful thinking for sure, but I don't see that happening
I
either which way.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I feel like this low key. This is kind of a wait and see thing. I think we need more information. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, damn sure. Just wait. 'Cause, I mean, honestly, it ain't like I'm not holding my breath and I'm not anxiously waiting. any information about
Um, Crown Jewel, in October, for the first time, it will not be in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, it will be in Port Wales, which low-key doesn't make sense because Crown Jewel was literally your Saudi Arabia exclusive paid preview. It doesn't make sense to me why they would do Crown Jewel in Port.
because they're getting a Royal Rumble.
Okay, well, I mean, so they don't get Crown Jewel because they get Royal Rumble? It's literally their exclusive paid preview that they get.
I mean, that's a hell of an odds to be asking people. I mean, going to Saudi Arabia twice. I mean, going once is a kill, but twice.
They're gonna be in Saudi Arabia in the next couple of months.
Yeah, on tour. On like what? House show tours?
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't a PLE.
I could have sworn there was going to be a PLA between Money in the Bank and Saudi. And SummerSlam, I mean.
Uh, I don't know, maybe, but I mean,
They go
I
twice
mean,
a
I
year.
don't. You say what?
They go twice a year, and they haven't been once this year.
I still don't. I don't think so. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Just don't think so. Because, yeah, they got the draft, Backlash, Saturday night, Tampa, Battlegrounds in Tampa, World Collide, Evolutions in Connecticut. They still got another. Oh, no, they ain't going there because they got Evolution and the women's shit, which is weird. They just cut like half of them in Connecticut. And then they got Saturday night main event, Heat Wave, SummerSlam. Yeah, no, no.
Okay.
Crown Jewels in yeah, Perth, Australia. Survivor San Diego, baby, can't wait. And then the Royal Rumble gets they get the big four. That's their thing.
Okay.
And then of course next year, I mean, practically this shit is the big four practically mapped out till at least 2026 because you know Minneapolis is next year.
Yeah, only Survivor Series of next year isn't planned.
Right. So from Mania on down, it's kind of a given.
Yeah.
When they add all the other shit, but the big fours, yeah. So I mean, it would make sense for because more people are willing to come out for Royal Rumble than oh no.
Very true. But, I mean, it's a big ask to ask people from different countries to come to Saudi Arabia in January, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, January air is practically spring, so it's not that bad.
I mean, if you're from America right now, if you leave the country, you're lucky if you could get back in.
Oh, wait till the Olympics, my guy. You'll be lucky to even get in, let alone the World Cup. So yeah, shit, that's a whole nother issue.
But I mean, just we have a couple of years for that. So maybe
But
that'll be
no, because that's the beginning of it. 2026 is the start of it. It starts with the Royal Rumble. So then you got Royal Rumble. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people didn't have a problem this year with Vegas. I mean,
um,
seems like they didn't have an issue this year.
I mean, it's not about people coming into the country. It's about Americans leaving the country and coming back.
You know, if they white, they ain't got no problem. Now, if my black ass go out there, I might have it.
Well, I mean, right now, WWE is in the process of price gouging. The whatever event they're doing in Paris, I don't know what the specific number price of the tickets were, but people were not happy with it because it was obviously very expensive. And if you've been looking at, SummerSlam tickets as of late, front row for one night is 40,000. So two nights
No, no.
2 nights would be 80,000. From what I've seen, people complain about.
No, that's if you get the package.
Well, people aren't necessarily happy with the packages as well. From what I've heard, some people are actually suing on site for replacing their seats with their very expensive seats with $100 seats. And people are definitely not happy about that. And it would
Well,
not
you can
necessarily.
sue, but the problem is the market. I mean, because what they're getting is just the show. You're not buying it for the show. You're buying it for the experience.
Well, probably
And
the
that's going to
experience
be that
wasn't.
that's going to be the distinction. That's going to be the difference with the distinction. And 2 day tickets on the opposite side of ringside, just tickets alone, uh 2000 for the both. 2000 for the total.
Hmm,
That's why I'm like, no, SummerSlam's cheaper than Mania, dude. Like,
it is a lot cheaper. That's a lot cheaper.
car. I mean, you're not. You know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering. What the hell are y'all talking about? Yeah, this is. Trust me, the cheapest ticket is $200 a night, over $200 for both nights,
Well,
which is I mean, compared to Mania, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
But then again, it was Mania. It's Mania. Mania is not like this. SummerSlam is big, but it's not Mania big.
True. Well,
Yeah, see, 4,000 for you can get two seats, 4,000 for both nights. Section two, row eight. You're set.
okay. So people just have a lot higher opinions on what's going on.
Well, yeah, if you're paying 40,000 for the package, because the package in itself is like the whole shebang. Like
Yeah.
it's the ambiance. So you can't see that's the problem because they're going to be like, well, the seating we can't control because it's up to the market. But what we can control is the experience that you get beforehand. Because if you're going, like, prime example, they're going to have a store, a WWE store or WWE World Light, I guess, maybe. And on location, people got priority access. They had their own access from regular people. Not to mention they had their own access getting into the stadium. They had their own access. So they're gonna be able to. If they're suing, they're gonna lose because the distinction is there. Because you're just determining it off of one thing, which is the price of the seat. But the seat is just a price. Who's to say that that seat is not a break? Unless they give you a breakdown of what each thing cost, then you can make that. But they're giving you an experience that costs that much. Not,
True.
you know what I mean?
Mhm. Well, definitely not basking in the experience right now is Kiana James. We haven't seen her for low key over a year at this point. Well, around a year. Apparently,
Kiana
she had a
James.
leg injury. Um,
ACL. I keep telling you, bro. These guys, bro, it's like Field Team 6 with these goddamn ACLs.
and she's expected to come back sooner rather than later. Low key, I'm surprised she wasn't really a part of those, you know, cuts. But obviously, they haven't given up on her quite yet. Um, ACL is a bad injury, but does it really take a year to come back from ACL surgery?
Each person's body is different. Like, yeah, it just depends on how the body takes, you know, how the body takes that surgery.
Do you think Kiana is actually going to be able to put something together this time around? Because she only had two matches on the main roster, and it kind of seemed like she was dead in the water before she even hit the water, if I'm being honest.
Well, they need more contenders and gatekeepers for those two workhorse titles that they just created. So, I mean,
Hmm,
it seems like what's the point of having these titles if you're not gonna have women fighting for 'em?
true. So, put her with Valkyrie at this point.
I mean, verdict's out. We'll see how she goes. Let's just have her come back, do her duck dizzle, see where it goes.
Well, she's on her way in. Liv Morgan is on her way out. Not leaving the company, but she's taking some time off to film a movie. Um, People seem to have really high hopes that this is going to be a really like blockbuster movie. I mean, I'm more on the lines of wait and see, but there's high hopes for it. What are your thoughts on Liv Morgan kind of going into the world of acting when she's quite possibly at her hottest right now?
I mean, shit. Consider that time she wrestles, her ass is uh always bloody. She might need a little break. But I mean, Finn will be happy she's gone. So hey,
True. Um, that being said, on the opposite end of the spectrum, The Rock has a new movie, a documentary about
next. Considering this motherfucker shows up for that movie, but don't show up for Mania for a blow off. But anyways, never next.
all I'll say about it is that it already seems like it's going to be a dud, another a box office dud for The Rock. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Damn.
Um, where was we next? Oh, speaking of duds, Mercedes Monet um just came out with this new. I don't want to say it's a new thing, but it's not a subscription service for the low price of $100. You could be texting buddies with Mercedes Monet. So you pay your $100, they give you a number, and you could text message Mercedes and be friends with her.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is a legit thing that's happening.
I
Uh,
mean, personally, when I met her, she seems like she's got a thing against men, so I don't think that would be a good idea. But okay.
well, considering this is probably for the Gunas, and it's primarily going to be Gunas, I don't think that this is going to work out for her too well. If it's actually her talking, um, there's a very good chance that this is an AI bot.
I don't even, dude,
Just,
$99? Text the girl? Damn.
I could tell that you're speechless at this point.
Nice. It's, fuck me. Next.
Tony Khan has claimed
Next.
Tony Khan says that Ricochet is the most compelling and interesting people in pro wrestling.
He probably is, considering that everyone hates him, but they love his wife, so it's kind of a thing.
Compelling, quite possibly. Interesting, not in the slightest.
He's okay. I mean, in person, he's a okay guy. I'm not gonna sit there and say he's like worse than
He's the guy that said that he was the Kobe Bryant of pro wrestling. When the when
I mean, what else are you supposed to say? I'm the Luke Longley of comedy wrestling?
win a world championship and then call yourself the Kobe Bryant.
I mean, he was the IC champion. That's like Dominic saying he's the greatest Mysterio of all time. Ain't even won a title.
Well, he's Intercontinental Champion right now, and he was North American Champion as well. And are you?
So was Ricochet.
He had Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. That immediately makes him better than Ricochet.
Then Ray? Wow.
And Ray and Ricochet, all the Rays.
Oh wow. You it all now.
Stop me when I'm telling lies.
You telling a lie, but anyways.
Well, I believe I will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.